4 reasons why breaking bad habits is so difficult. 1. Bad habits are often comfortable. Breaking a bad habit can feel like breaking up with a long-time partner. It's hard to let go of something that's been a constant in your life, even if you know it's not good for you. Why is this? Because bad habits are often comfortable. They're familiar and provide a sense of security, like that trusty old blanket you've had since you were a kid. You know, the one with the holes and weird smell. But don't take our word for it, there's science to back this up. Our brains are wired to seek out familiarity and routine. In fact, studies have shown that our brains release dopamine, a feel-good chemical, when we engage in familiar behaviors, even if they're not good for us. So, when you reach for that bag of chips or light up a cigarette, your brain is rewarding you for sticking to the same old routine. But here's the kicker. Breaking out of your comfort zone and trying something new can actually lead to even more satisfaction and happiness. It might be scary at first, but taking that leap can lead to a sense of accomplishment and growth. So, how do you break out of the comfort of your bad habits? One approach is to replace the bad habit with a new, healthy one. For example, if you tend to binge watch Netflix when you're feeling stressed, try going for a walk or doing some yoga instead. It might not feel as comfortable at first, but with time, it can become a new, healthy routine. In short, breaking bad habits is tough because they provide a sense of comfort and familiarity. But stepping out of your comfort zone and trying something new can lead to even greater satisfaction and growth. So, embrace the discomfort, and who knows, you might just surprise yourself. 2. The habit loop is hard to break. Alright, let's get nerdy for a minute. Breaking bad habits is hard because of something called the habit loop. This loop consists of 3 parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. First, there's the cue, which triggers the habit. This could be something as simple as feeling stressed or seeing a certain object. Next up is the routine. This is the actual habit itself. It's what you do in response to the cue. For example, if your cue is feeling stressed, your routine might be reaching for a cigarette. Finally, there's the reward. This is what your brain associates with the routine, and it's what keeps you coming back for more. In the case of smoking, the reward might be the feeling of relaxation that comes from nicotine. So, how does this make breaking bad habits so dang difficult? Well, because the habit loop is deeply ingrained in our brains. The more we repeat the loop, the stronger the neural pathways become, making it harder and harder to break the habit. One way to break the habit loop is to identify the cue and change your response to it. So, if your cue is feeling stressed, instead of reaching for a cigarette, try going for a walk or calling a friend. By changing your response, you're breaking the routine and weakening those neural pathways. Another approach is to make the bad habit harder to do. For example, if you tend to snack mindlessly while watching TV, try putting the snacks in a different room so you have to physically get up to grab them. This makes the routine less automatic and gives you a chance to pause and reconsider. Breaking the habit loop takes time and effort, but it's definitely doable. So, don't give up, keep at it, and before you know it, you'll be breaking bad habits like a boss. 3. Bad habits are often coping mechanisms. Life can be stressful, and sometimes we all need a way to cope. Enter bad habits. Whether it's smoking, overeating, or procrastinating, these habits can provide temporary relief from the stressor of daily life. The problem? They're not sustainable, and they often do more harm than good in the long run. The thing is, bad habits are often rooted in deeper emotional issues. For example, someone who turns to food for comfort may be dealing with underlying feelings of anxiety or depression. Similarly, someone who drinks excessively may be struggling with trauma or past experiences. The problem with relying on bad habits as coping mechanisms is that they don't actually address the underlying issues. In fact, they often make them worse. For example, smoking may provide temporary relief from stress, but in the long run, it can actually increase anxiety and exacerbate health problems. Breaking these habits means finding healthier ways to cope with stress and addressing the underlying emotional issues. This can be a difficult and uncomfortable process, but it's worth it in the end. It's also important to remember that breaking a bad habit doesn't mean you have to give up your coping mechanism altogether. It just means finding a healthier way to cope that doesn't do more harm than good in the long run. 4. The fear of failure. It's something that affects us all in one way or another, and when it comes to breaking bad habits, it can be a major roadblock. The thing is, we often cling to our bad habits because we're afraid of what will happen if we try to break them and fail. But here's the thing, failure is a natural part of the process. Breaking bad habits is not easy, and it's okay to stumble along the way. The key is to keep going and not give up at the first sign of difficulty. Breaking a bad habit means stepping out of your comfort zone and into uncharted territory. It's natural to feel uneasy about this, but it's important to remember that change can be a good thing. To overcome the fear of failure, it's important to reframe your mindset. Instead of viewing failure as a negative, try to see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Every time you stumble on your journey to breaking a bad habit, you're gaining valuable insights that will help you succeed in the long run. So, don't let the fear of failure hold you back from breaking your bad habits. With the right mindset and support system, you can overcome this roadblock and achieve your goals. Now that you understand the 4 main reasons why breaking bad habits is so difficult, it's time to put that knowledge into action. Remember that breaking bad habits is not an overnight process, but with persistence and determination, you can do it. Start small by identifying one bad habit you want to break and replacing it with a healthier one. Keep track of your progress and celebrate your small wins along the way. Surround yourself with people who encourage and motivate you to reach your goals. Join a group of like-minded individuals or find an accountability partner to help keep you on track. Don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. Remember that breaking bad habits is a journey, and setbacks are a natural part of the process. Use them as learning experiences and keep moving forward. Breaking bad habits is difficult, but not impossible. By understanding the reasons why it's so challenging and taking the necessary steps to overcome them, you can create lasting change in your life. Good luck on your journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. For a more in-depth look at this topic and many others, please visit us at 4reasonswhy.com. 4reasonswhy.com, articles for everyone.